What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to talk about the best attackers and defenders for week 3 and 4 of this current battleground season. So this is going to be Invade. Both champions have 100% block penetration and 300% increased attack when hitting the block. So basically you take a lot of block damage and you deal a lot of block damage as well. Now also kinetic absorption. When the attacker strikes a defender block with a basic attack, the attacker gains 4% of the max power, which is actually really helpful, especially with some nice champions. And then lastly, we have increases the defender's combat power rate by 50%, so energize 1. Now, let's talk about first the best attackers for this season. So starting off with the science class, we have Photon. Photon does a lot of block damage, so I'm assuming, special ones are going to hit really hard into the block as well. Next up, we have Quicksilver. So Quicksilver is going to benefit from this node a lot. When the attacker strikes the defender's block with the basic, the attacker gets 4% of their max power. So basically, Quicksilver has like so many hits in his basic combo. So whenever you do a combo, you're going to get like 2 bars of power. And then the SP2 into the block is going to deal a lot of damage. So I'm assuming Quicksilver is actually going to be a pretty good attacker this season. Now, up next, we have Spider-Punk. So Spider-Punk, he can inflict those ruptures even through the opponent's block. So if you throw your special 2 when the opponent is blocking, those ruptures will get that 300% attack. So that's going to be really good. If you have a Spider-Punk, he's going to be nasty. Moving on to the skill class, we have Bullseye. He is actually pretty good because he can crit through the block. He does a lot of damage with his specials as well. So I'm assuming he's going to be a really good dual threat this battleground season. Now we have Karnak. So Karnak is only a 6-star, so he's not going to be like in everyone's deck. He's going to be in mine. He's actually pretty good because also if he's high sig, as you can see, when striking the block, passively gain power equal to 110% of the unblocked attack. So basically, if you combine this sig ability with this ability, you build up your power bar so quickly, and I think he's actually going to do some pretty good fights. Now, we got Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop, the trick here is you just go for the special 2, and you want to throw the special 2 when the opponent is blocking, and then those 2 cold snap you deal are going to have 300% more attack, so the opponent is going to melt. Massacre, pretty much the same thing. You want to go for the special 2 into the opponent's block. Everyone pretty much dies with the special 2 from Massacre, so I would not be surprised if he's just auto-banned for me. Up next, we have Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi also crits through the block. You can throw that special 2 into the block. He's going to deal a lot of damage. He's not going to be the best, not going to be as Massacre or Kate Bishop, but if you don't have better options, he is pretty good. Moving on to Valkyrie here. The same problem with Karnak is that she basically is a 6-star, so she's not going to be like the greatest, but I think she's very good because she also gets power when hitting the opponent's block. So she's going to build up with the special really quickly. Now, moving on to the last skill champion, Yelena. Yelena is going to be a really good dual threat as well. She crit through the block on the basics, has a lot of block hits in the special attacks as well, so she will do really well. Now we have only 3 mutants here that are going to be really good. So Onslaught, same thing. You want to go for the degens on the special 2 when the opponent is blocking, and then they will have more damage. Up next, we got Northstar, the same interaction with Quicksilver, just has a lot of hits, and you want to hit this special into the opponent's block, and he should be pretty good as well. And then Sunspot, I figure he's going to be really, really decent, because if you can build up those incinerates and throw that special 2 into the opponent's block, because incinerates reduce the opponent's block proficiency, it's actually going to hurt. So I think he's going to be really good. Now, there's only one tech champion. I might have missed some, but Sentinel is actually broken in this one because you can throw that special 2 into the opponent's block and place those incinerates, and they're going to deal massive damage if you have the analysis charges at 100. So he's actually going to be really nasty as well. I tested him. Corvus, same thing with Karnak and Valkyrie. Actually, no, never mind. He is a 7-star. So yeah, if you have a 7-star Corvus, even the 6-star, I'm going to be running my 6-star. He's going to be really, really good. All those crits into the block. And then I figure Gore could actually be okay because he places a lot of debuffs into his special 2 through the opponent's block as well. So if you get lucky, he actually could melt them. And then Hulkling is actually only a 6-star, so same thing as Valkyrie and Karnak, just stuck being a 6-star. She's not going to be the fastest, but he is going to work. Also, we got Serpent, of course, the king of block damage. And then we have the Mystic class. So Absorbing can crit through the opponent's block if you have the Uru refined. As you can see, he can perform critical hits and trigger personal bursts of damage through the opponent's block. So I actually tested him. He's actually really decent. And then we have Spider-Man Supreme. He can also inflict his damage through the block with his special 2. Same thing with Spider-Punk. And then lastly, we have Mr. Wolf here. So Mr. Wolf can also deal ruptures with he's special 2 into the opponent's block, so he should be pretty decent. However, I feel like he might get punished for that. I'm not too sure. But now let's move on to the best defenders. Okay, so moving on to the defenders here, we're starting off with Joe Fixit. Lots of block damage. Also, the Energize is going to allow him to throw a lot of specials. If he stacks a lot of Disorients on you, it's going to hurt. And that special one, you're going to feel some pain. Now, of course, Photon, massive block damage. Like one block hit in this Invade meta is going to be like half your health, literally. Spot here is his only really defender of this meta, and I feel like he's going to be like okay, because you can't really hit his block. So if you try to use like someone that's, you know, Valkyrie or North Star or Quicksilver, champions that you actually want to hit the opponent with the opponent into their block, I think he's actually going to be a bit of an annoying one. So definitely going to run him at a, you know, rank 4 as a defender. Now we have Thing. I figure Thing could actually be a bit of a problem because like you might trigger protection through the opponent's block with like Corvus or something. So I think it might be a bit of an issue. And then lastly, Electro here. He could catch you if you don't have counters. But I think he's not going to be like that big of a deal. He dies really quickly, but he could definitely win you some matches. Moving on to the skill class. It's got to be Bullseye, of course. One blocked, special one is probably going to cost you like half your HP. Killmonger, I think he's going to be a bit of a problem because he also, when he throws a special one, he gets those counterpunch, so you can't really hit its block. And if you deal too much damage with, you know, Invade, you're going to take a lot of reverb damage, so you got to be careful with Killmonger. Korg, pretty much the same thing, you know, you don't want to hit this guy's block, just a bit of a problem, and you can't really get your parries there to get openings because it's going to hurt. And then Atuma is here because of the Energize. Like if he throws too many specials, this guy is really annoying. And if you have to actually like remove his unstoppable by stunning him, the fight is going to be really, really bad. Now Nick Fury, of course, if he throws special one, too much block damage, and he can be really annoying for sure. Yelena, pretty much the same thing here. Not the same thing, but like she's just stalling. She has a bit of a crazy special attacks if you don't know how to dex them, and she just doesn't die. Just a big staller. Now, Bishop and Havoc here, they are the same thing pretty much. Like those champions, you don't really want to bait their special ones. So you might take a lot of block damage trying to push them to that special 2. And then also Bishop, if you throw the special 1, you're going to take a lot of block damage. Now, moving on to Domino. Domino might be a problem here if you don't have great options. Because, you know, most of the great options in this meta that benefit from Invade are actually not counters for Domino. So you need to bring some, you know, shooties and play regularly for those Domino fights. Now Dust is a big problem. You can't hit Dust block too much, so I think she's going to be a bit of a problem here. I took her up to rank 3 for both metas actually in this season, and she's going to be really good in this one as well. Moving on to some tech champions, we have Red Skull. Can't hit this guy's block, going to be an issue. Artem Zola can't hit this guy's block, it's going to be an issue. And then Punch 399 actually, he's got lots of block damage on that special one, so he might actually, you know, do some chip damage to you. Doesn't hit that hard. I personally think I'm just gonna try to dex it, and like if I fail it, which I probably will, I'm just gonna take the damage in the face. It's not gonna hurt as much. Now moving on to some Cosmics here. Dark Phoenix, annoying because of the Energize. If she throws too many specials, there's gonna be too much Nova Flame action. Don't want that. Deathless Thanos, he has, you know, the counter punch. You can't hit this guy's block either. And then Maestro, I feel like he might be a bit of an issue because the glancing might just stall you sometimes with the champions. Because like I said, most of the good champions in Invade are not counters to like Maestro either, or like Domino. So might be some really, you know, might be a big staller in some matches. And then Serpent, of course, there's only literally like 2 counters for this guy, Spiral and Kushala in this meta. Like literally, it's so annoying with that block damage in the special one. And then lastly, moving on to 2 Mystic champions, Kindred is going to be a bit of a problem because if you bait the special one and take that blocked hit, it's actually going to hurt because you do that like, I don't know, 3-4 times in the match. So it's going to be a lot of damage actually. It's going to add up. And then lastly, of course, it's got to be Enchantress. You're going to take so much block damage trying to bait a heavy attack from this Enchantress, man. She's just going to be probably a massive pain. So yeah, I'm actually excited for the Invade meta. I want to see how it feels. I do have some good rank ups. I don't really have, you know, Massacre ranked up, but he's going to be like an auto ban for me. And then most likely some, you know, some of people's rank 4s are going to be auto ban, like especially the new ones. But yeah, guys, hopefully this video helped you. And if it did, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.